No gas, no electricity, just you, your cooler, and food. What are you gonna do? I'll tell you. Welcome to the first installment of my new segment called I'm Cooking in a Van, where I cook in a van. Or I at least show you recipes that you can use on the road. Doesn't matter if you're doing van life, camping, or you're literally just like going up for a day trip in your van. As someone who's super passionate about eating whole foods and like eating clean and just general eat well for your health, food is medicine, it saddens me that road trip food or food on the go is synonymous with poison, junk food.
Oh my God!
When really, when we're on the road, the last thing we need is something unhealthy because we're sitting all day. Or if you're doing van life, I don't know about you, but when I'm doing this like full time, I just want something easy to grab, easy to go, so I can go about my day. I don't want wasted time sitting here. So I'm gonna show you some quick no cook recipes, which is really just opening, mashing, cutting, dipping, and enjoying, that are vegetarian because I don't eat meat. Dairy and eggs, yes, but if it was alive and then dead, I don't touch it. Also turns out buying cheap meat is like one of the worst things that you can put into your body, so just like don't. I don't know what to say. I'm gonna show you 3 meals and then a few snack options, and the way that we can help ourselves in the future is just by being prepared, having go-to meals that we can just easily be like, oh yeah, I know what to do, I know what to make, and do it. Because I also am one of those people that when I don't know what to do, I just get stressed and just do what's easy, do what I'm familiar with. So get familiar with these recipes now. And then also being prepared snack-wise, something that only requires you to open it and put it in your mouth. That's all. So let's get started. These are things I actually eat on the road, okay? I approve of these. I love them. They're filling. They're cheap. We love that. And you can get all of this from Aldi. Aldi is my favorite place to shop. It's not sponsored, but if it was, what's up, Aldi? And there's gonna be repeat ingredients, so you don't have to go out and get like a bajillion things, because another thing about traveling, being in your van, is that you have only a certain amount of space for everything, including food. So these recipes also keep that in mind. Anyways, let's get started. First things first, we're gonna make guacamole. Not any type of guacamole. We're gonna make cottage cheese guacamole. For my texture girlies out there, I understand, but it's so good. And I literally have this at least 3 times a week. It's a great way to get in protein, whole foods, and if you only have a little bit of avocados, because sometimes avocados can be really expensive, it's a great way to stretch out your avocados. So first things first, is just like a half cup of cottage cheese. Also, if you go to Aldi, you can get this like chunky guacamole. Hello? You can get a container of chunky guacamole for like $3.50. Just under $4, which like that is basically $4 worth, if not more, of avocado. So you just crack open 2 containers, put them together, you got guacamole. If you want to be fancy, you can also chop up some like other vegetables. I gotta say, I am not a dietitian, I'm not a nutritionist, so take everything I say with a grain of salt. This is literally just what I eat on the road, following a vegetarian, low-calorie, high-protein diet. That's my diet. It's not like a diet as in like, whoa, rules, I gotta stick to it, I gotta be as possible, I gotta restrict, no carbs. Diet in my case is more like just a guidebook. Like, I normally go for high-protein, low-calorie meals that are vegetarian. Sometimes I have something that's high calorie. Sometimes I have things that have no protein in it just because I want to eat it. But more or less, 9 times out of 10, I follow that. Because if it's low calorie, that means I can eat more. And I love eating. So anyways, that's all that goes into this easy guacamole. It has like 12, 17 grams of protein for half a cup of cottage cheese. And then, you know, healthy fats from the avocado, and then we got complex carbs. I suggest a whole wheat tortilla chip. This is just what my parents had, and you know, I'm not gonna go out and buy a whole new bag of chips just because it's not whole grain. So I'm gonna eat this right now. This is actually my lunch. And I'll see you guys in a hot second, because I do need to finish this before the sun goes down. Alright, so the second thing we're gonna be making is chickpea tuna salad. And I know what you're thinking, chickpea tuna salad, don't you have to have tuna? No, but it tastes kind of uncandidly like tuna salad, just healthier, you don't feel heavy afterwards. Also, again, if you go to Aldi, or maybe they have this other places, we're gonna be wrapping it up in this extreme wellness wrap, which is just a better choice, I find, in their tortilla because it only has 60 calories. You'd be surprised if you've never looked like me a few months ago. If you've never looked at a nutrition label on a tortilla before, it's like surprisingly higher than you think. not like astronomically, but if you want to have 2, like I like to have, lower cal is just better. Again, you can have whatever you want. This is just my suggestion. And like literally what I have when I'm on the road. So first we have forked mashed chickpeas. This is the only recipe in this video that is gonna take some elbow grease because forking a whole can of chickpeas is a lot. But once you make it, you'll have like enough filling for, at least for me as a solo person, for tortillas. You can also have this as like a dip with our tortilla chips, but I like to have this just in a tortilla. And that's basically it. You can also add just more like spices to it if you want. You can also add avocado to this, or just that guacamole that you had. That would be a nice little touch. But this is like the perfect summer meal. Let's just roll it up. Okay, I put celery in it because someone told me to. But I should just listen to my own gut. Celery is definitely optional if you don't like it. Onions and tomatoes you can put in like every meal. It's a great way to get, you know, more nutrients, more bang for your buck with your meals. Like I feel like I'm 11 years old again watching my brother's soccer game, football if you're European, in like a hot just grass field, and this is what mom would pack, or like this is what they're selling at the soccer stadium. It is so classically American. Like look at that. It's just chickpeas, mustard and tomato and onion. The pickle juice really helps. Hi, I'm editing Madison, and my last recipe film got destroyed. Yay! But essentially, the third meal I was going to share with you is just cowboy caviar. I'll put the recipe down below. But essentially, it's just a can of beans, a can of corn, the same ingredients, tomatoes and onions, and you can put in avocado. The only difference is with these cowboy caviar recipes, they normally call for like 3 different types or just 3 cans of beans. But the Vanlife version one, or the one that I have myself, is just 1 can of beans. That's all you need. And then of course, like minimize the ratio of the other ingredients because it's only 1 can of beans instead of 3 cans of beans. Luckily, not all my footage got lost because I need to get this out. Cowboy caviar is a solid option to make and have ready on the go. That's all, bye. So those are like the more hearty, more like just bigger mealy meals I normally have on the road. Snack wise, and it's easy to go, I always have yogurt cups. I like high protein. I usually start off the day because I don't feel like eating for the first hour, but I know I need to. And just the way my schedule goes, I normally, if I'm on the road, like I have coffee and then I don't have time to sit down and eat. So getting that 1 yogurt cup in starts my hungerness and makes me ready to eat more faster. So yogurt cups, bananas, any type of grab and go fruit is great because if you're like driving and you're like, oh, I'm a little hungry, but it's gonna be some time before I can stop. An apple, a banana, an orange. I'm not into oranges, but I support you. Amazing. Just make sure they're always in sight so they don't accidentally rot. No accidental rotting fruit in the van. It will ruin your life. I should probably do a story time about that because they keep bringing it up. But anyways, pickles. Pickles, if you like to have a drink. No drinking and driving. I mean, like if you're doing van life, stationary, and you go out and meet a friend or just going out for like karaoke night and maybe you had too much or maybe you just had 1, drink pickle juice before going to bed or in the morning with a hangover. It helps me because it has just all those salts, I guess, and electrolytes. Maybe it's an urban myth, maybe it's a placebo effect. You can also add pickles to the chickpea dish we made. Great addition. But having that is just easy, grab pickle juice, add it to recipes, drink it if you want. 10 out of 10. Carrots and hummus. Carrots and hummus, banger. You can also use chips instead of carrots, but carrots, less calories, more water, more nutrients. Apparently it like changes your skin tone to more orange, which I could use. Honestly, cheese sticks, again, high protein, low calories, especially low moisture or low fat mozzarella sticks. Amazing snack to have if you have a cooler or you're traveling with a refrigerator. Other than that, like your standard peanut butter, jelly. I love having tea on the ready. Also, salads and pre-cooked like hard-boiled eggs are a solid choice to carry with you. Anyways, a friend is coming over to help me install the ceiling right now, so I gotta go and I gotta eat the rest of this food, put it in containers. And I'm happy to say that none of the food today is going to waste. It's going to a charity called Mom and Dad, and it's gonna help feed them when they don't feel like cooking. So nothing's going to waste. We have a no throwaway food policy here at Vanlife Cook. I forgot what I called this show. Well, see you next time.